Get free tech advice for your business from O2 Gurus. Search O2 Business for more. Hey guys, welcome to BTech. It's Basil here, and this is the Lenovo Vibe Shot. The Vibe Shot may not be coming to the UK. We haven't seen any Lenovo devices in the UK, unfortunately. This is still worth covering because it packs a mega impressive 16 megapixel camera, loaded up with 3 flashes, optical image stabilisation, and infrared autofocus. Oh, and did we say it had a 16:9 sensor? Well, it does. Instantly, you can see why we're so attracted to this thing. First thing we're going to talk about is the design, and it's got a metal frame, Gorilla Glass front and Gorilla Glass back as well. It feels nice and premium in the hand. You've got this really simple, clean aesthetic. Above the screen itself, you've got a front-facing 8 megapixel camera. It's a full HD panel, 441 pixels per inch at 5 inches. Below the screen are 3 capacitive buttons. If we take a look on the right-hand side, you can see a volume button, a power button, and a 2-stage camera button. There's also something really interesting next to that, and that is a switch. This switches between smart and professional mode, and that's all pertaining to the camera. You can shoot in manual mode. That's awesome. If we take a look at the base, you can see down at the bottom is a micro USB port and speakers. To the left-hand side, you've got some SIM card and micro SD card connections and a lanyard connection as well. Up at the top is a 3.5mm headphone jack. On the flip side, you've got this pretty neat styling. Less black, you've got this brushed metal underneath the Gorilla Glass in the top portion, which kind of mimics rangefinders in terms of the look and feel, but brings it to the 21st century. Feels really nice, looks really nice, and you've got those 3 flashes, 3 colors of flashes for the best white balance possible. Ultimately, premium design. We really want to see how much this comes in at, and if it ever comes to the UK. If we jump back, we can talk you through the user interface. Now, this is Vibe UX or UI. This is Lenovo's custom user interface on top of Android 5.0 Lollipop. They've retained a few features from Lollipop, such as the 2-tier notifications tray. As you can see, there are a whole lot more shortcuts on here, though. In addition to that, they have dropped the applications tray, and you just have all your applications and widgets on here. It's a fast-feeling user interface. We haven't used it for a long time. We really want to get this in for review so we can put it through its paces. Now we're going to talk about the thing that you really want to see, and it is that camera. Open up the camera and you launch straight into smart mode. Now, smart mode does a few things, such as detect when you're looking at food, for example. It also detects when you can see it switch to food. It also detects when you're looking at faces. So we have it face detection there, and it's just going to control the whole image so that it best exposes the food and saturates the food and the face, etc. Flick the toggle, however, and you transform this into a manual camera. As you can see, the user interface has adapted. On the left-hand side, you've got some options you can choose. You've got exposure control, ISO control, you've got what looks like, shutter speed control, and manual focus and white balance as well. As far as the shutter speed control goes, you can see you can get it up to a 2nd shutter speed, plenty of time to get things like light trails done. Now we're going to test out the thing that we generally use the most on manual cameras, and that is focus. So we can lock to the nearest focal range and lock to manual focus. So we can pull it right back and take a picture of my smartwatch 3. If we take a look at that picture, both my hands were shaking, but hopefully the optical image stabilization held everything nice and still. And boy, did it. That looks really good, considering there was so much shake in that picture. This camera UI seems pretty cool. Not quite as intuitive as the Ring system, but Lenovo did tell us, oh, wow, you've got the Ring system. Okay, so you can tell this is the first time we've used that, because that kind of mimics what Nokia's got. In fact, it's almost identical, but it's awesome, so we're not complaining one bit. As far as the specs go, this has a Qualcomm Snapdragon 615 processor, clocked at 1.7 gigahertz. There's 3 gig of RAM on here, and it has 32 gig internal memory. It's also expandable by micro SD card, so this should be awesome for gaming, for example. In addition to that, it also has a capacious 2,900 milliamp battery. So once again, we are very excited to get this thing in for review. Hopefully we do, in spite of the fact it doesn't look set to come to the UK. If you enjoyed the hands-on with the Lenovo Vibe Shot, click that like button. And if you like BTech in general, make sure you subscribe. That's how you're going to stay on top of all our MWC 2015 content. Also, check out our website. That's how you can win some cool prizes. Thanks for watching BTech.